You guys. I can't even say it. You guys. I am currently standing in my future home. Let's have a look around, shall we? Boy, do I have a story for you guys. So, as you can see, I'm sitting in my RV right now. That is so insane for me to say. It's actually been here for a couple days now, so I'm kind of going to walk you guys through the process of what ended up happening and how I got to where I am now. So sit back, relax, get ready for a little story time. It is raining outside. It is quite rainy today. It has not stopped the whole time. So if you guys hear the rain, that's why. So strap in, get ready for the story. I may or may not be trying out my different angles right now. Trying to see what works best with lighting and things like that. Obviously in an RV there's so much natural lighting. Like, it's kind of insane and I'm here for it. We have struggle banks today because I said it's raining, so they're just doing their own thing. So in my junior year, I was very nervous about my major and kind of like having not a midlife crisis but borderline on that, where I was just debating like, is this really what I want to do? And I remember in high school the thought of sitting in an office and editing was like my dream, and that's not really my dream anymore. The thought of just going and sitting in office life doesn't appeal to me as much as it used to, and I still love editing. Obviously I still love film, so I wasn't worried about that aspect of it. Just the thought of like having to get a job after college for many people is really nerve-wracking and it's hard. And it was something that I was really struggling with. And I was thinking about like what I wanted to do, and this idea popped in my head because I've been watching a lot of people on YouTube who do van life. And van life has always been so appealing to me, and I remember I was conversing with my mom and I was just like, wow, van life is so cool, but I'd never do it. Like, it's just not realistic for me. And she just goes, well, why not? And I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. There'd be a lot of things to figure out and it'd be hard, and I don't really know. Like, I would rather just, you know, take my chances trying to get a job. And she's like, well, I mean, it's gonna be hard either way. My mom is a smart lady, you guys, okay? Like, she knows what's going on. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And I just started thinking about it, and I kept thinking about it. And I'm like, well, why couldn't I do van life? And then it kind of clicked for me, like, that was what made me excited. To live in a mobile vehicle, at the time it was a van, and travel and do YouTube full time. Like, that is such a dream. I know a lot of people want to do YouTube full time and make money doing that. And it's a very viable, you know, people do it all the time. But for me, where I am, I just didn't picture myself being able to do it. And I was like, well, why can't I? I can do anything I set my mind to. So that kind of sprung this whole idea of like, yeah, I kind of do want to pursue van life, or some life where it would allow me to be nomadic and travel. So that was kind of where the idea started. And it evolved. It was van life, like I mentioned, and then it wasn't van life. I was like, well, I don't know if I have the resources to build out a van, and that would be really difficult for me, and there are other options, and also I would really hate not having a bathroom. Call me what you will, I cannot go with not having a bathroom or shower. I just would love to have that. Alright, I kind of veered away from van life a little bit and started looking at other options. My parents had a box truck at the time, so I was like, well, what if I, you know, got that from them and built that out, because that would be much less expensive for me. And so I was looking at box truck conversions for a while, and it was going back and forth between box truck and RV and van and what's the best option for me. And the RV option really felt right. It was, at first it was Class C, and then I was like, well, I would need to tow my car behind just in case I couldn't get around with my RV, and there were just a lot of obstacles I was thinking about. And then we stumbled across our eventual decision, which was a fifth wheel. For me, a fifth wheel makes the most sense because it saves me some space, having some of it on top of the truck. I'll put a picture in of what a fifth wheel is for those who don't know. I don't expect you to know all the different RV classifications. That is something that is very known to me because I've been spending the last year trying to figure out what I wanted to live in. And a fifth wheel was a great option for me because I'm very nervous to be doing the driving. The living in it and traveling, that's less stressful to me, but the thought of having to actually drive a trailer is really nerve-wracking. I'm still nervous about it, even though I literally have my RV already. I don't have a truck yet to pull it with, so that's my next endeavor. Fifth wheels, as opposed to just the travel trailers, are much more stable on the road, I've heard. And they're also a lot easier to back in, so if I am in a camping spot where I need to back it in by myself because I will be traveling solo, Luna can't help me back in my trailer, so I will be having to do that on my own, and fifth wheels are a lot more maneuverable in that way. So once we decided, yes, fifth wheel is what I want, we kind of had to start looking for them. So my main source of searching was Facebook Marketplace. It was the option that made the most sense to me, and we obviously, my mom was helping me look. We did look at Craigslist, things like that. It's just Facebook Marketplace was much more saturated with different campers that I could look at. We looked at a ton, like just on Facebook. We didn't actually go physically look at a ton. Pretty much in most of my free time, just scrolling Facebook Marketplace and looking for different RVs. I looked at 30 footers, 18 footers, and like everywhere in between, and just so many different options. And I wasn't in the headspace yet at this point when I was looking to actually go physically look at one. I feel like I would waste someone's time if I knew I wasn't going to buy it. But once this fall came around, it was kind of time to start looking. Fall is the best time to buy a camper because people are trying to get rid of them from summer if they're done with them, and they really want to sell before Labor Day. That's like a big selling point, so there were a ton of ones to look at, and I found 2 of them, and I went to look at in the same weekend. And I didn't vlog that, and I kind of wish I did, but it's also awkward to just video someone else's camper that you don't know that you're going to buy and have them be there, and that's just kind of weird for me anyway. That was out of my comfort zone that I didn't feel comfortable doing, and I didn't know that I was gonna end up buying this one. So I went to look at this one on a Saturday, and the guy was just so confident and that he knew what he was doing with this camper. He has done so much to it that it's newer than the year says it is, for sure. He's redone the floors down here, and another draw for this one was that it actually has 2 roofs on it, which most RVs don't have 2 roofs. But this one, the one got damaged, and the previous owners literally just put a new roof on it instead of getting it repaired. So I'm obviously sitting in here. It's been raining all day. It has not stopped once, and it's super dry in here, and the roof is not leaking. So that was a good draw. And to be honest, when I was looking, I wanted something that would be really easy for me to drive, which meant being short. I was looking in the 22 to 28 foot range for driving wise, and this one's 25, so it fit that category. It had to be lightweight, so I didn't have to get a really heavy duty truck. This one fits that as well. For my criteria, I really didn't care what it looked like on the inside, because I'm going to be redoing pretty much every surface of this RV to fit my personal style. And I knew I was going to be doing that, and it didn't matter to me what it looked like before, no matter what one I looked at. So that was something you guys need to know, because obviously I know it's a 1995 camper. It's not the cutest. These couches say bye-bye, because they're not going to be looking like this when I'm done with it. So really I just needed one that had good bones, good exterior to work with, and then whatever the interior looked like I could fix. So that is what led us to this point right now. What else would I do but give you an empty, if you will, RV tour before I do everything to it, so I can see what it looks like before. Then you guys will see how drastic it is when I have the after. I cannot believe this is my life. Okay, let's do it. Here is the front door. I'm not going to show you from the outside right now because it's raining, but it looks like this on the other side as well. And then there's a screen here, so this shuts, but I leave it open to get to the door handle, obviously. So we have front door here. This is the view from the front door. So you have the futon here right when you come in. This futon folds down into a bed. So you can get another person sleeping in here. It's right next to the stairs that go up to the bedroom. So you come up, this is the RV. This is the RV, oh my god. This is the futon in the RV. You have a window there, and then there's some storage overhead here. It does look like the ceiling's damaged here, and it is a little bit, but don't worry, it doesn't leak because there's another roof over it, and we're going to be fixing that. Looks worse than it is because it's not outside anymore. We do have these cabinets for storage. And then when you come on this side of the futon, here's the kitchen. I can't believe you can see the whole kitchen in the frame, but that's so funny to me. Huge sink. That was a big draw for me. I loved the size of the sink. There isn't much counter space, obviously, as you can see, but I'm going to get a cover for the oven, so that will be able to be used as counter space. And then there is this little thing that comes up here, and that gives me more counter space as well. It'll also double as a bit of a table for the futon there, but that's the counter space. Plus that, it'll be plenty of room. And I'll have a big sink as well, so I can hide dishes, which is great. I might get little blocks to put over this too, or maybe one big full one. Who knows? We'll see. But that'll be how I have my counter space. I'm going to turn this off to save power. I'm running off the battery right now, so I don't want to have too much going. Under here, we have quite a bit of storage. We've got 3 drawers that I won't pull out. All of them, they can't come out just pulling. You have to lift up and pull out, and they are squeaky, but there's a lot of space in those. And all the doors have latches on them as well. So this has some extra storage as well. As you've seen, this is the oven and stove. It is quite small. I'm not going to be making any turkey dinners in here for sure. It'll definitely do the job. And we do have a vent up here that works and turns on. And then 2 cabinets up here. I'm probably going to be taking this door off because he had a microwave up here, but wanted it for storage instead. So he put a cabinet in there, but I will probably need a microwave, so I will be reconverting this back into a microwave space. But this is storage up here as well. So this carpeted floor is like all brand new. This is something he did, and he also put in new vents, which is really great. Here is the fridge and freezer. It's a great size, I think. Freezer. This is refrigerator. Honestly, is bigger than the fridge I had in my freshman year dorm, so I'm not complaining at all. And then there's also some extra storage down here. Coming around, we've got a door here, and you're like, oh, where does this door go? It's not special, it's the bathroom. The bathroom is one of the smallest places, obviously. There's me though. What's up? Hey. I love the floor in here. It's really sturdy and you get a lot of linoleum that isn't, so I like that. Toilet, obviously RV toilet. The sink, mirrors here with a bunch of storage. Here's the shower with a skylight in it. I like the size of the shower. It's decent. Obviously, I won't be bathing in there at all, but it's an RV, okay? We gotta take what we can get. This is honestly part of what sold me on the RV. It's gonna seem like such a stupid thing, but I was really worried about having room for my clothes. Like, I don't have much of a closet. This will probably be my closet space. This is a huge, takes up the entire side of the bathroom, and I think I'll be able to fit a ton of stuff in here. I loved this side storage. It's honestly, like I said, kind of what sold me on this RV, because the other one that I looked at did not have that, and I was like, where am I going to put my stuff? That is bathroom. We have the dinette kitchen space here. So there is storage underneath the dinettes. This table does come down, and this can actually turn into a bed as well. So you can actually sleep a lot of people in here. He said there was a huge box TV up here, so he took that out, and I'm actually probably going to take this whole like side slant piece out so I can mount my TV on this wall. But there's the old stereo in here. It's kind of funny. And then there's just some more storage up here, and that's the dinette. Huge window in front of that, so brings in a lot of natural light. And then we're back to the front door. And the last thing we have is bedroom. So come up these stairs. This ugly green shag carpeting is the first thing I knew I wanted to rip out in this RV. I said, if I'm gonna buy it, this carpet is the first thing to go. All right, so coming up here into the bedroom space, it's an entire queen bed, and that's basically the space. I do have two side things, which I like, side cabinets, that I would like for storage, and then there's storage above as well. That mirror is going to come down, and I'm probably going to paint something on that wall. And then there's a little shelf here, so if I sit on the bed, come here often, there's a mirror here on this wall that's facing me. Probably going to take this down, and my idea for this space is to take this shelf and actually extend it and move it a bit lower, kind of underneath where the mirror is, and then mount my computer monitor that I have on the TV on the wall as a makeshift TV that still runs off my computer, and then this will be in turn my desk or office space. That was something I really wanted and kind of had to compromise with on this RV because it isn't as big, but I wanted to feel comfortable driving instead of have an office space. Like, I figured I could make this work, and I will. So this is probably going to be my designated office. I'll just sit on the edge of the bed like so, and then work here at my computer. I feel like it'll work just fine. Like, you can tell, like, there's good space in here. This is a great shot, actually. This shows you pretty much everything that's in the bedroom, plus me, so it's very good. There is a skylight above me here. It is great. I can just sit and listen to the rain. But yes, that's pretty much the bedroom. Hello, Editing Kylie here. I just realized that this video didn't have a conclusion. I never filmed one. I think my SD card was full, or my battery died or something on my camera while I was in the middle of the tour. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'm so excited to share my RV travels with you all. Make sure you stay tuned for next week's video because it's more RV content. I'm working on it and trying to fix it up before winter comes. So that'll be my next video, and I hope you guys subscribe and stick around. So with that being said, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Monday for another one. Bye.